Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Tonight, we delve deeper into the shadows, into the realms where reality itself shimmers and distorts. We're talking about doppelgängers, those unsettling doubles, those phantom twins that haunt the fringes of our perception. Imagine you catch a glimpse of someone who looks exactly like you, moving with an uncanny familiarity, a chilling echo of your own existence. It's a concept that's chilled the blood of cultures for centuries. What does it mean to confront your double? Is it a glitch in the matrix, a tear in the fabric of reality? Or is it something far more sinister, a harbinger of misfortune, even death? Tonight, we explore the unsettling world of doppelgängers. The word doppelgänger itself comes from German folklore, doppel meaning double and gänger meaning walker. It refers to a ghostly double, a spectral twin that walks alongside you in the material world. For centuries, across cultures, sightings of these doubles have been steeped in superstition. In some traditions, encountering your doppelganger is a sign of impending illness or even death. Think about that for a moment. What if seeing your double wasn't just some strange coincidence, but a warning from beyond? A sign that your time was running out? In other stories, doppelgangers are seen as malevolent entities, creatures that seek to steal your identity, to replace you in the world of the living. Imagine the terror of seeing yourself walk by, knowing it isn't truly you, knowing that something else, something dark and hungry, wears your face, mimics your every move. The doppelganger has haunted literature and art for centuries. From Edgar Allan Poe's chilling tale of William Wilson to Fyodor Dostoevsky's exploration of duality in the double, the idea of the doppelganger has captivated and unnerved us. It taps into our deepest fears about identity, about sanity, about the very nature of reality itself. After all, if we can't even trust our own eyes, our own perception of the world around us, then what can we trust? But the doppelganger isn't just the stuff of legends and campfire stories. There are countless real-life accounts of people encountering their doubles, experiences that defy rational explanation. People from all walks of life, from different cultures and backgrounds, have reported seeing their exact likeness, often in fleeting, impossible moments. These encounters leave them shaken, questioning their sanity, haunted by the image of their own face staring back at them with an eerie detachment. And these are just the stories that get told. Imagine the countless others buried deep within the minds of those too afraid to speak out, too terrified to admit what they've seen. The doppelganger phenomenon challenges our understanding of the world. It forces us to confront the unsettling possibility that there may be more to our reality than meets the eye. So, the next time you catch a glimpse of someone who looks eerily familiar, someone who makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand on end, ask yourself, is it just a trick of the light, or could it be something more? Something unsettling, something unexplainable, something doppelganger. Tonight, we delve into a real-life encounter that sent chills down my spine. This is the story of Emily S., a young woman in London, whose life was turned upside down by a chance encounter with her double. Emily was a perfectly ordinary woman, living a perfectly ordinary life. She worked as a librarian, loved reading classic literature, and enjoyed exploring London's markets and parks. One dreary Tuesday afternoon, as Emily rode the tube home from work, she noticed her. Across the crowded carriage, amidst the sea of faces, sat a woman who looked exactly like her. It wasn't just a passing resemblance. This woman was her mirror image, down to the smallest detail. The same auburn hair, the same green eyes, even the same freckle above her left eyebrow. Emily was frozen in place, her heart pounding. She couldn't tear her gaze away from her doppelganger. The other woman, seemingly oblivious, read a book, her brow furrowed in concentration. She even held the book in the same way Emily did. As the train rattled on, Emily felt a wave of dizziness. The air grew thick, heavy, suffocating. She had to look away, had to break the spell. When she finally managed to tear her eyes from her double, Emily felt a surge of relief. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and tried to convince herself it was just her imagination. But as the train pulled into her stop, Emily couldn't shake the feeling that something was deeply wrong. She glanced back across the carriage, her heart skipping a beat. The seat where her doppelganger had been sitting was empty. There was no sign of the woman, no indication that she had ever been there at all. Emily rushed off the train, her mind racing. She couldn't shake the image of the woman's face, her own face staring back at her. Days turned into weeks, and the memory of the encounter on the tube continued to haunt Emily. She couldn't sleep, couldn't concentrate at work, couldn't escape the feeling that something sinister was lurking. One evening, as Emily walked home from work, she saw her again. The woman from the tube, her doppelganger, stood across the street, her back to Emily. This time, Emily was determined to find out who this woman was. She started to cross the street, her heart pounding, but just as she reached the other side, the woman turned, and Emily gasped. It wasn't her doppelganger after all. It was just a woman, a stranger, who bore a passing resemblance to Emily. Relief washed over Emily, followed by a wave of confusion and a chilling certainty. Her encounter on the tube had been all too real. The experience left Emily deeply shaken, forever changed. She continued to see her doppelganger in fleeting moments, in reflections, in crowds, always just out of reach. Emily's story is just one of many. Countless others have reported similar encounters, leaving them questioning their sanity and their perception of reality. Chapter 3. Beyond the Mirror. Explaining the unexplainable. So how do we explain these unsettling encounters? Are doppelgangers simply figments of our imagination, tricks of the light, or misinterpretations of the world around us? Some believe that doppelganger sightings can be attributed to psychological phenomena. Pareidolia, for example, is our tendency to perceive meaningful images in random or vague stimuli. Think of seeing faces in clouds or hearing voices in white noise. It's possible that doppelganger sightings are simply cases of our brains trying to make sense of the world around us, finding patterns and meaning where there are none. Another psychological explanation is Capgras delusion, a rare disorder in which a person believes that someone they know, often a close friend or family member, has been replaced by an identical imposter. While Capgras delusion is typically associated with brain injury or psychiatric illness, it highlights the complex relationship between perception, identity, and reality. But what about the encounters that defy rational explanation? The sightings that are too vivid, too detailed, too specific to be dismissed as mere tricks of the mind. This is where we enter the realm of the paranormal, the supernatural, the unexplained. Some believe that doppelgangers are spiritual entities, perhaps manifestations of our own subconscious or echoes of ourselves from parallel universes. In some cultures, doppelgangers are seen as harbingers of bad luck, warnings of impending illness or death. These beliefs are often rooted in ancient folklore and superstition, passed down through generations. Others believe that doppelgangers are interdimensional beings, travelers from other realms who briefly intersect with our own. The idea of parallel universes, while still largely theoretical, has captured the imagination of physicists and science fiction writers alike. Could it be that these doppelgangers are glimpses into these other realities? Fleeting moments where the veil between worlds is lifted? The truth, as is often the case with these unexplained phenomena, remains elusive. But the enduring fascination with doppelgangers speaks to our deepest fears and desires, our anxieties about identity, mortality, and the nature of reality itself. Perhaps the most unsettling aspect of the doppelganger phenomenon is the possibility that it challenges our very understanding of what it means to be human. If we can't even trust our own senses, our own perception of the world around us, then what are we left with? The doppelganger remains an enigma, a chilling reminder that there are still mysteries in this world that science and reason cannot fully explain. And so, the next time you catch a glimpse of someone who looks eerily familiar, someone who makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand on end, remember, You may be looking into the face of the unknown, the unexplainable, the doppelganger. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the unsettling world of doppelgangers. If you enjoyed this descent into the uncanny, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more explorations of the unknown. Have you ever had a strange encounter with someone who looked eerily like you? Or perhaps you've heard a chilling doppelganger story that stuck with you? Share your experiences in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. And remember, the next time you catch your reflection in the mirror, take a closer look. Is it really you staring back? Or is it something else? Something more unsettling? Something doppelganger?